Welcome to Season 3 of Buffalo Builders, where a new all-star crew from the Villages Charter High School Construction Management Academy class will be building a new home for Habitat for Humanity of Lake Sumter. And this year, they're not only building one home, they're building two homes. In this episode, you will see the students begin their first house, which is next to the Thomas House, which was the Construction Academy's project for last year. Mike Scott Plumbing has already come out and formed the plumbing up. T&D Concrete has not only formed the slab up, but they poured the slab, and now the students are ready to get building on the house. This is the first day the students are on the job site, and it's an exciting day. It's groundbreaking day. People from the community, the bank, and dignitaries are here to congratulate the all-star crew for starting this new project.
This morning we're out here for the groundbreaking celebration. We're here to meet the students for the first time, introduce them to the community, to the sponsors, and celebrate the very first day of their job on site in building this house. We started opening applications in May, and we received over 85 applications for the homes that we had available at that time. So we're within a couple weeks of finalizing the family, so we're down to the top few candidates.
This is just an example of how excited our team is to be here. I think there's over 15 of us from the bank. And as soon as they found out today was the groundbreaking, everybody cleared their schedules just to make sure that they could be here. Homeownership is a huge step for a family. It provides security, and it takes care of one of those needs, those basic needs that we all have, so that as they leave their home and they go to work, they know they have that safety net behind them. Plus, from a family perspective, it just creates an environment of love and safety for the entire family.
Father, we thank you so much for this day and this opportunity as we kick off this dream for a new family to move into home ownership, and for these students who are here to help build that dream in our community.
Someday, when they have kids and they're in the charter school, they could do the same thing, or they may want to drive through and say, hey, I built that when I was in high school. So not too many kids can say that. I think this is our fourth house. Is it 5? I lost track. So we started out building the shed, and now we're building houses. So I look forward to seeing them progress this year, and thank you all for coming out.
We currently have 12 academies. They range from various service industries to academic studies to fine arts. I think it covers a broad range of interest areas. If anything, our students have a very difficult time choosing which one to go to, but the opportunity to build the Habitat House is a huge draw to students to the Construction Academy.
1, 2, 3, turn there. All right.
Villages program, we actually started with this 5 years ago, and it has grown. So now we have a morning and afternoon class with 14 students in each class. So the property right behind us here, we're working right now to get a permitting for a second house to start here. So hopefully within the month or so, we'll be able to split the two classes up, have one class, like the morning class finishing this house, afternoon class starting this house. You know, we constantly need to be raising younger people up to do the work. And so hopefully, you know, it'd be amazing if one of these students at some time in the future would end up on a Habitat site, you know, working as a construction manager. That'd be awesome.
I'm excited to be here again for my fifth Habitat build. We have a unique bunch of kids this year, a little different than last year's. Last year's was a little more subdued, a little quieter. These guys are full energy.
I'm pretty excited to see what we're actually going to get to do and where we're at. And looking at the house next to us, seeing what they did, I'm excited to do the same thing. Probably looking forward to actually being able to work with your classmates to build the house and seeing what we could do as 17 and 18-year-olds, especially having like Mr. Habley as our teacher. He's taught us a lot. So I'm excited to build the house, like do it ourselves.
I've worked since I was 12 or 13 years old with my grandpa. He's owned his own business. My older brother actually taught me everything I know, and so did my grandpa. I'm most excited about the finish of the job and actually being able to start and see like the faces of the people in the end who get the house. I like working with Mr. Haverly. You know, my dad passed away last year. Ever since then, I went to Mr. Haverly for everything. He's just like a second dad.
It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. It's more what I would call a shotgun house, where it's narrow and long on the property. It's the same identical house that we built last year, except it's flipped. So the second door, the back door, will be coming out this far side.
The students' work on this house has just begun. Now it's time for the nail and measure and putting up boards to get this house to become a home. This is where they're going to take their learning from inside the classroom and bring it to the job site. It should be an exciting time.
Right now we know it's going to be a landscaper, it's going to be a carpenter, it's going to be an excavator. Oh, by the way, my name is Carl Bertino, C-A-R-L. That's with a C, not a K. I'm a site supervisor for the Youth Construction Academy. It says right here. If I didn't have this shirt on, I wouldn't know what I was doing. Now the youths are grading off the soil around the foundation so that when they work with the ladders or walk around, they'll be safe. They won't have any tripping hazards. The ladders will be stable in order for them to get up on the ladders and work nailing off the walls and then whatever else comes after that. I can't tell you that because it's a secret, so don't ask me. I'm most excited to see them learn, to have a good time, to enjoy it, because years ago I decided that I retired. Retired, not necessarily physically retired, but retired in my mind, because when I said if I'm doing something I enjoy, I'm really not working. So that's what I want them to see. The work doesn't have to be a labor. Work can be a pleasure. So we're gonna come out and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna see the fruits of our labor, not only for ourselves, but for the people who we're doing the work for and future generations. Probably making me nervous.
Well, I transferred last year, and then kind of started with just getting to know Mr. Haverly, and then transferring to his class from Ag, and then I kind of had a relationship built with the class, and I really liked it, so I started to come out here, and I kind of liked it so far. I feel like my strengths that I'll contribute to the team. It will be most likely probably the say like the groundwork, mostly like shoveling and stuff like that, and most likely like the power stuff, like lifting things and then helping people put the stuff up, like walls and stuff like that. It's great actually working with Mr. Haverly. He's a great dude, you know, and everybody looks up to him, especially during this class.
Okay.
Chalk line.
Chalk line. Okay. What you want to do is make sure you're on the mark. Okay. What I normally do is I wrap it around my hand, and this actually controls it. But it's wrapped around my hand, so you're not gonna be able. He's gonna pull it so tight that he's gonna pull it right out. If I was holding it like this, he can pull it out of my hand. So I usually wrap it around my hand. All right. We go over here. Carl, you got it? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the line up real easy and not drop it, because if it's stuck on something, right? Okay, it's stuck on some. Now we know that it's straight. I need somebody to put their finger in the middle. Make sure you go straight down. Okay, hold it down. We're going to snap this side, and Mr. Carl's going to snap his side. Don't let it hit the ground, CJ. Your job is not to let it hit the ground. Way tighter. You snap, Keegan, between you and Landon. And you, CJ. One end is the dumb end is the one with.
Oh, so I'm the dumb end?
Yeah. Make sure he goes down to you got wrapped around your hand?
Yeah, it's around. Should I hold it in like the middle of the little thing right there?
Yeah. Right? Got it?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you're on the dumb end.
All right, guys, see how tight I'm pulling that line? Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hayden, looks like you're
Hayden, what are you pushing out for?
Hayden, man. Push straight down.
Hayden, if you push out, what's that going to do to our wall?
Hayden. But it's out there. It's all the way out there.
That's a different mark.
Matt, push it up with your hand. There you go. Okay, and wrap it around your hand. There you go.
There you go.
That's why you do that? Because if it's not tight, you're not going to get the
Now I know.
Right?
See, I forgot what I was doing there.
Six and a quarter. 50 foot, 6 and a quarter.
Okay.
You don't have to agree with
I need a generic.
Put this like this. That one.
I had my brother that was here a few years ago, and he graduated in 2020, and he told me a lot about construction, and it just really interested me. And construction is also something that I'm really passionate about and something that I really want to do when I graduate. I would say that my hard work comes from my father, my dad, and because I grew up around him and always wanting to work, and ever since I was little, I was always wanting to work. And it's just something I love. Mr. Haverly, he's definitely a very good teacher. He's taught me a lot just over the past 2 years, and I think that he's a great teacher, and he's taught me a lot from like just having like little technique on pulling nails out. It's just like small stuff, and then technique on how to hit a hammer or how to hit a nail with a hammer, because like usually you don't really think about it, but like just hit the hammer and the nail, and it's just, there's a little bit more technique that goes into just about everything, and he's taught me that. I'm most excited about getting to do the soffit and fascia, because that's what I got to do over the summer, and I'm just kind of excited to like see if they do it the same way that we did it, and maybe I don't know, I'll make myself look a little bit better with knowing how to do that, so I'm pretty excited about that.
All right.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, I was going 55. Yep. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Thank you for coming prepared.
He was one of the, and I'll put the B in capitals, builders in the villages, okay? He's responsible for how many homes?
About 15,000.
15,000 homes, only say it fast, only 15,000 homes, okay? Really responsible for getting the Construction Academy up and running. I can't say enough about the man. He's an all-in guy for our academy, okay? I will tell you that when we're done with this academy, when you guys are ready to graduate, if you don't have a job, he will give you his personal cell phone number, personal email, and you can call him and he will help you to achieve that goal.
First, thank you guys for being interested in the construction field. To find young men and women that want to pursue this is harder and harder to find.
Today, Justin brought out nail aprons, framing hammers, the speed squares, Stanley tape measures, and even a carpenter's pencil for you guys. So.
You're welcome.
Oh, we got a little fella.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're gonna be other. Oh, I remember this down.
All right, guys, we're gonna check on your hammering skills. All right.
This we need 11 pieces.
Thanks,
so
Mr.
we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 people. So everybody can get the chance to make one of them, and then we'll go to the other.
All right. Like working on dirt.
Guys, take your feet off before you step on it. This morning we're making components for standing walls. We're making up jacks and king studs. We're making up corners. We're making also partition walls. As you can see, we got a pile right here, and hopefully later on today or later on this afternoon with afternoon's class, we're going to be making headers.
Dom, I need some more. Make another one. Well, we got. John knows how many. Well, you already hit the game.
You want to see Jay work on this?
I'll cut more boards.
Yeah, just leave them in the pot. Let them take them.
No, there's one left. There's only one right there.
What's that? It's 3 regular studs.
Okay.
Okay, three studs together. So make it the same way. Okay. Make sure they're flush through. Okay.
Yeah. Triple studs. Triple studs.
What's that?
That's where you got 3 studs, and you got to put them all together for the header so the roof doesn't collapse on you. You got to put 2 feet. There.
Okay.
Okay.
You might want to cut that footage out.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. All of you. Leave me alone.
That's going straight through the wood.
Oh my God.
Okay, pull that thing out. Pull it out.
See, that should be on like the bloopers page. Shut up.
No, we're not. Come on.
Well, maybe
Alright, you gotta bend it the other way. Got it?
Yes. Hey, you need this? You're bullying me.
Yeah, we're damn wrong.
I'm doing anything wrong. Well, hold up. I'm probably gonna pull it out. Bro, I just...
That's where you're going to flush.
God dang it, again, Savannah? I told you to hold it.
Do you see this? Dude, it's on camera. It's on camera, Ethan.
Yeah, I know. I told you to hold it. That's on camera.
It's on camera, Ethan.
Hey, that's what I said. One hit. Come on.
Right here on deck.
Thank you for joining us for the first episode of Buffalo Builders Season 3. Be sure to join us for our next episode where we're going to ground break the next home being sponsored by Romac Distribution. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can see behind the scene footage and other exciting content. If you would like to be part of these projects or support construction education, contact Dr. Kelly Colley at the Villages Charter High School or Danielle Stroud with Habitat for Humanity of Lake Sumter. Please support construction education.
From foundation to rooftop, Romac's got you covered.